Welcome to our walkthrough video. I'll be explaining the p5.js code my group has come up with and displaying the output as well. Initially, our plan was to make an interactive sign where our mouse will hover over a dark background and then would the message be displayed. However, as we came up with our final piece, we had slightly changed the plan. Now you wouldn't need to hover over the background with your mouse for the message to be displayed. The message will simply display by itself. Our p5.js code starts off with importing the font with the load font function, so we can use the font we want. After this, the draw function helps with drawing on a new particle in the new locations and removes the old particles. Next, we have the functions for the particles in the background, such as the location of them, the velocity, and the acceleration. The top speed is set at 20 to make sure the speed doesn't go above that. Now we have the most important part of the entire particle system, where the letMouse function creates position within the canvas and the letDir function uses vector subtraction between the particle's position and the mouse's position. After this, the dir normalize function normalizes the positions of the particles and the mouse's position to get a new coordinate for the new particles. Then the dir mult function multiplies the vector of the normalized value from earlier. This also helps with the acceleration for the particles. Next, the function thisLocationAdd, this velocity, helps add the new locations for the particles. To make sure the particles move to the user's mouse's location, we've set up the createVector function alongside other functions and assigned the function thisLocation to it. To control the acceleration of the particle, we've assigned this velocity limit to limit the acceleration according to the top speed. To control the particle's appearance, we've set up the function thisDisplay and control the weight of the particles, their colors, their shape, etc. Now we have an if statement for when the particles touch the edges. We've assigned the function thisLocation to it to make sure that the particles go to the other side of the screen if they do touch the edges. And after that, the mover in the for loop ensures that it creates 2000 particles and no more than that. And lastly, we have the code for the BotSpot text to adjust the font size, the color of the font, the stroke weight, and the alignment. Function moverUpdate helps the functions thisCheckEdges and thisDisplay update the particles for their new coordinates after calculating from the vectors present. And it checks the edges if the particles have touched it so they can loop around to the other side of the screen, and then it displays the new particles and gets rid of the old ones. And this is how it turned out. After a lot of planning and from all of the code above, this is our result. Thank you.